All right, so this video we are going to talk about the old you and why the old you, or current you, I guess, needs to die, right? And I'm not saying like go kill yourself or something, but that old you needs to die in order for you to succeed, okay? So what does this mean? Um, so to kind of illustrate this point, I was listening, there's an author called Jordan Peterson, you guys probably heard of him. He's got a book called 12 Rules for Life. It's an amazing book. I've listened to the audiobook probably like 5 times. I listen to it when I do cardio, okay? And at one point in the book, he says like a lot of the time, like we have certain desires, certain fantasies, certain things that we want in life, but the reason we don't have them is because our beliefs are holding us back. Because our behavior is determined by our beliefs, and these old beliefs that we had that we developed maybe at a different time in our life when these beliefs were appropriate, they're no longer appropriate for what our new goals are. And in order for us to succeed in whatever our new goal is or our new thing we want to do, that old part of us needs to die. Okay? There's this loud person behind me. Okay, so like, again, this kind of goes back to like the limiting beliefs thing, but when you identify the old you or the current you, you'll see what beliefs you have that are holding you back, right? So like, for example, I'll take myself an example. I really value my freedom and my free time, right? That's why, like, for those of you who don't know, like, I'm in a Starbucks right now in Thailand. And I've been living here for the past 5 months, and I lived here for 5 months last year, and I just travel around all the time, and I don't have a real job, and like, this is just the type of life that I live and that I love, right? Now there's other things that I want to do that would require me to move back to America, like big things that I want to do. Like I want to go intern for this company, like a self-improvement company. I want to go intern for them for 3 months, and then possibly work for them. But in order to do that, I need to move back to LA. Right? So essentially, like, to become this like better version of myself, and I believe that it will make me a better version of myself because everybody at this company is like amazing. Like, they just have such incredible lives, and I want that for myself. I feel like I deserve that. But in order for me to get that, I have to give up what I have now, which is this freedom, right? And I have to move back to LA, which is where I'm from. So it's like all of these old issues that you have with like going back to your hometown. I have to deal with that as well. But most importantly, I have to give up what I value most, which is freedom of movement. You know, just being able to like pick up and leave whenever I want. Like I'm probably going to go to Japan in a couple days, you know, just cause I feel like it. I don't want to deal with the monsoon season here. And if I go work for this like self-improvement company for a year, number one, like that's a job. I have to show up like all the time. And number two, I have to do it in LA, and like I don't want to go back to LA, but the part of me that's preventing me from doing that has to die in order for me to further develop myself in an area that like it's kind of like long overdue, in my opinion. All right, so like you for sure have certain areas where this applies to you as well. In my experience, most of the time with most people, it's being comfortable with declaring that they deserve some new type of lifestyle or some new achievement or income, let's say. You just have to be comfortable thinking to yourself and really saying to yourself that you feel like you deserve it, right? Because the current you don't feel like you deserve it, you know. But if you change, you know, if you feel like you do, then you automatically get it. Like just another example, really quick, and then we'll end the video. When I lived in Tel Aviv, which is in Israel, for those of you who don't know, the English-speaking jobs there, they all paid fairly well. Make 7,000 shekels a month, which like it's not a lot of money, like when you convert it into dollars. But for Tel Aviv at that time, that was a fairly decent salary. And I always just thought it was funny how like any Anglos that moved there would get these jobs that paid that much, and I would too, because I felt like that's what I deserved. I mean, I could have gone and worked in I speak Hebrew. I could go work in a restaurant or work in a bar or something and make less. But I didn't because I felt like I deserved more. So I naturally gravitated to activities, in this case a job, which would pay me more. Okay, so just essentially like, I guess, raise your standards and kill the old you by killing the beliefs and killing the behaviors that you have, right? and really lifestyle choices. Okay.